the younger generation maybe is smarter with the newer ideas, and they're very enthusiastic and rambunctious in a lot of ways, and the older generation is a little bit wiser. But with wisdom comes being set in your ways, in a sense. And so I think when we come across spiritual gurus, they oftentimes feel like they're a combination of both, and they get sort of stuck in their ways. Like they figure things out, and then all of a sudden they think they have it all figured out. And so they're just like, I'm up here, come follow me. This is the way, as opposed to being a way. So I think just continuing the process of questioning, and sometimes that involves criticism, to continue those conversations. And I don't want to say any of it is wrong, but almost just deter us from getting too locked into a state of mind or a frame of mind. And so when I come across someone who is saying, like, this is the truth, this thing is happening, just follow me, believe this, blah, blah, blah. It's not that I am coming at them as a person or an identity, but more so the message they are conveying, and just saying, like, oh, well, what if it's not the only way? What if there are other aspects of this? And so I think it's not even the settling that's ever as important as the continued process of questioning. And so I think that's a lot of the reason why I do it. And I really enjoyed the way you put it about, the younger versus older generation, and the sort of shifts that we're seeing that are happening right now and in our generations currently.
That was interesting how we were talking about that. And I'm just going to throw this back to Liam in a second, but it's very much like the process of us individually getting over an addiction. We have to keep questioning the behavior. We have to keep looking at it ourselves and going, where's this coming from? What's the outcome? What's the payoff? Why am I so invested in this, right? And so we're talking about having conversations with other people, quote unquote, other people, but we're really just talking about more process within our awareness, more process within our mind. And so it's the same process of addiction, right? We are being accountable for our other thoughts. We are challenging those other thoughts. We're looking at them and going, I think there's something more to this, because they're our thoughts, right? It would be different if we were attacking other people. It would be different if you were going after the speaker themselves, vilifying them as a person, rather than the subject, rather than the concepts or the snake oil that's being presented as truth, right? I think that process of us discussing things and going through criticism and just feeling uncomfortable about it is the same process that we go through individually. I think that, as Liam was saying earlier, everything's a matter of perspective, right? Like, we think that we are evolving as a species, but it really is just the same one thing. It's the same one person just going through a process.
There will always be aversion to every aspect of life, but we need not be the champion who battles all that which we perceive as adverse.